Good day, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and members of the Chacha Nation. My name is Afistonova, and this is a tribute episode to the late rapper DMX, who died on the 9th of April 2021. DMX, whose real name was Earl Simmons, was born on the 18th of December 1970. He was an American rapper, songwriter, actor, and a transitional deacon. It's no longer news that DMX had a lot of struggles in his personal life, and if you had paid close attention to his songs, you could tell that majority of what he rapped about was what he was going through in his life, and this was one of the things that made the hip hop community to respect him. Now, if you were like me as a kid that believed that the D in DMS stood for devil, then I'm sorry because I'm about to ruin your childhood theory. The full meaning of DMX is Dark Man X. The name was actually gotten from a musical instrument that he used to play back then. The name of the music instrument is OBI DMX drum machine. Now, before you laugh at me for believing that, DMX first album was titled It's Dark and Hell is Hot. So yeah, don't believe me for believing that theory. That album was released in 1998 and had singles like Get Me a Dog, Stop Being Greedy, and the most popular song of 1998, and the song that actually made me discover DMS, which goes like this: Stop, drop, shut them down, open up shop. Oh, no, that's how the Rough Riders roll. Stop, drop, shut them down, open up shop. Oh, no, that's how the Rough Riders roll. The Rough Riders anthem was the first DMS song I had, and oh boy, I literally called myself a Rough Rider back then. I could remember that was the song that inspired me to want to learn how to ride a bicycle, even though it was power bikes they were riding in the video of the song. But I was hell bent on learning how to ride a bicycle because I wanted to be a Rough Rider. Now, no true hip hop fan that grew up in the 90s would deny the fact that DMS was a huge part of the hip hop culture. And just to show you how huge it was part of the hip hop culture, he was the only artist to have 5 consecutive albums to debut at number 1 on the Billboard 200. That means that all his first 5 studio albums, talking about It's Dark and Hell is Hot, Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood, and then there was X, The Great Depression, and Grand Champ. This album debuted at number 1 on the Billboard 200 5 times in a row. These albums were also certified multiple platinum. Now, in case you have anybody saying DMX does not make it into the GOAT conversation, you can just point this to the person and say no more. The album titled And Then There Was X was DMX's most successful and best-selling album. The album was released in 1999 and it has the hit single You're Gonna Make Me Lose My Mind, Up in Here, Up in Here. You're Gonna Make Me Go All Out, Up in Here, Up in Here. You're Gonna Make Me Act the Fool, Up in Here, Up in Here. Yeah, I know you all remember that song. The title of that song is Party Up. Now, after the release of Grand Champ in 2003, DMS said he was going to retire and that was going to be his last album. But in 2006, the dog returned with a new album titled Year of the Dog Again, and that album had one of my favorite and one of his most popular songs titled Lord Give Me a Sign. Remember that song, right? Yeah. Now, for those of you that know that song, you know that DMS quoted the Bible in that song. But what you might not know is the fact that DMS was a practicing Christian and read his Bible every day. And just like I said at the beginning, DMS was a transitional deacon in the Christian church and he aspired to become an ordained pastor. In 2016, he gave a sermon at a church in Phoenix, Arizona. April 2020, he held an online Bible study and asked people to accept Jesus as their Lord and Savior. Now, before I go on and talk about his role as an actor, let me just mention that DMS was also initially part of Mother Inc., which also included Jay-Z and Ja Rule. But that group did not last long as there was an issue between Jay-Z and DMX, and that led to the breakup of the group. Although Ja Rule carried on with the name Mother Inc., and that later caused a rift between DMX and Ja Rule, while DMX accused Ja Rule of copying his style. As a matter of fact, DMX went ahead to release a diss song titled They Want War. Now, in terms of movie, DMX featured in movies such as Belly, Exit of the Wound, Last Hour, Romeo Must Die, which also featured Jet Li and Aaliyah. I remember that movie because I cried after seeing that movie. Another DMX movie that I saw is the movie titled Cradle to the Grave, and I love that movie so much. And I could remember that movie because I bought the what they used to call it now, the soundtrack of that movie, and that soundtrack had a song called Go to Sleep, which features DMX, Eminem, and Obi Trice, one of the best hip hop collaboration I've had. He also featured in some series such as Half and Half, Third Watch, South Park, Eve, and Black Ink Crew. On the 2nd of April 2021, DMX was rushed to the hospital where he was reported to be in critical condition following a heart attack. And on the 9th of April 2021, sadly, DMX was pronounced dead at the age of 50. DMX might be gone, but his music will ride with us throughout the rough times. Till we meet again, dog, I say rest in peace, Darkman X.